This is a float switch, but today's video is not about float switches. It is about quality. This float switch was in use for about 7 years in a solar application, and I swapped it out because, well, it was 7 years old and I thought putting in a new switch would be the best way to handle things going forward because we were redoing the system. The original system was just a test, and well, when we made it permanent, we went in and updated all the wiring and changed out everything, and again made it a long-term thing. Let me show you why we are going to replace the new switch that's 1 year old with the 7-year-old switch. What has essentially happened is you can see that this is all stainless steel. They use stainless steel pins, and yes, everything in here is stainless steel. The new switch is all plastic, and what has happened is these pins are part of the lever, and of course the lever being made out of plastic had to be made a lot thicker. So what has happened is the pins have worn and the lever has slid over against the side, and now it jams. So we will swap this out, and then I will show you the quote new switch and why it's failing and why you don't just take for granted that new is better. This is the so-called new switch, which we've now replaced with the old switch. And what's going on is you can see that they have replaced the internal parts that were metal with plastic, and of course the support pins are molded in there, and now they're plastic. And let's see if you can see that one. And if I move this, you can see that pin sliding back and forth, and it's wearing. Also, it allows this roller to move up against the side, and the additional friction of it being against the side means that when the floats rather go down, there's just not enough to activate the switch. So it stays in the up position. Now with a water tank, that means that the pump is being told that the water tank is full and not to turn on. Or if you're using it as a sump pump and the floats are all the way up, it means that the pump is being told that there's water there that needs to be pumped, and the pump is running well without water present, which, as you know, will burn out the pump. Okay, so yeah, all those are bad things. One of the issues is that we can buy the same brand and don't know what you're getting until you just do a careful inspection. It's kind of let the buyer beware. Here we can see the insides, and again you can see that this is now all plastic, and yeah, there's some play in the other one, but the plastic roller and all that, it's just not the quality. I've removed the internal parts, and you can see that they put these little protrusions here, I assume to minimize the friction so that it would not be rubbing across the whole surface, but just on these little parts, and also help to center the parts. Then we have the roller, and you can see here that these are just plastic injection molded pieces sticking out of the side. There's also some of the anti-seize compound I put on there to patch the situation until I can apply the fix of getting a new switch. And then lastly, there is the long lever, and as you can see, they've done some little engineering tricks. They've put this divot in here where the switch goes in there, and they've made this part thin and this part thick. But it seems that if you draw a line through the center of the shaft and through the bottom of that divot and then out to here, what they're trying to do is compensate for the fact that they went from stainless steel to plastic, and the compound lever is so touchy that they could not even afford a couple millimeters of extra thickness in there. Yeah, so moral of the story is that when you're going to buy something, even if it's the same brand and model you've already got, you gotta inspect it. I mean, that's the way things are nowadays. Buyer beware. Okay, well that was it for this video on quality of products over time. I hope you found that useful and interesting in your home electrical work.